Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good afternoon. There we go. Thank you. You made sure that I did not have to ask again. That is wonderful. Namaste, folks, and welcome to the 2025 North-South Foundation Nationals here in the evergreen city of Dallas.
We're so happy to have you today, our amazing participants, proud parents, volunteers, and our special guests. I'm Vinathy.
And I'm Ivan. We'll be taking you through the day as we celebrate the talent, dedication, and everlasting spirit of learning, making this day meaningful and memorable for you all.
The North-South Foundation is a nonprofit organization that has been empowering young minds for over 3 decades.
North-South's mission is twofold: to promote academic excellence among Indian American youth in the US, and to provide college scholarships to underprivileged students in India. Every step you take here today supports that very same mission.
So to all the participants, you are already winners. You've worked hard and put in the time and effort to be your best, and today is your moment to shine. Whether you're here for the spelling bee, math bee, or any of the science bees, just give it your best and enjoy this journey.
To officially begin our event, we'd like to invite our dedicated event conveners, Satish and Lata, who have worked tirelessly to bring this day to fruition. Satish and Lata, who have each served with the North-South Foundation for over a decade. Outside of North-South, Satish brings his expertise from the Oracle ERP space, where he works as an IT professional. Lata is a seasoned professional in the semiconductor industry with experience at leading companies like Intel, Samsung, and Texas Instruments. Beyond their impressive careers, Satish and Lata share a deep passion for giving back to their community. Please join us here on stage to share the welcome note, please.
I've been delighted to be a convener for National Finals 2025 with the sincere and warmest. I'm delighted to extend my warmest welcome to each one of you to North-South Foundation 2025 Finals. My special thanks to all the dignitaries, parents, and the students, of course, who made this day very special. To speak about North-South Foundation, since 1989, the North-South Foundation has been empowering students to reach their full potential through academic coaching, learning journey program, and competitions. North-South provides a pathway to success for students from all backgrounds. The North-South also supports disadvantaged students with the funds to pursue their educational goals. The organization has given over 30,000 scholarships till date. Competition fees that you have paid for joining today, part of the scholarship goes supporting those disadvantaged kids. Go ahead. Yeah.
I would say congratulations to all the kids here. Everybody is a winner. Can you give a round of applause to yourself? The reason I said is this pool, you got selected from a pool of 8,000 kids here. Can you imagine the numbers here? So coming here itself is a winning stepping stone. Everybody is a winner is the strategy. Right.
We are thankful to all our sponsors who contributed generously to support the event, and to all the platinum sponsors.
So I would say you are come here and thanking everybody. We thank everybody here who has made their time in their busy careers and taking their children, coming to this event here, making it as a successful. So you can take it back, make memories, and leave a positive mark on the event and the people you meet also. You never know who will come across in your lines when you, 10 years down the line, oh, we are met here at the 33rd National Finals. So please enjoy every moment, meet new people, make friends, make connections, and that's all about this competition is. Be positive for everything.
Yes. We want to thank all the sponsors, their generous contribution. The platinum sponsors are Accept You, the #1 rated college consulting firm. The second platinum sponsor is DFW Land Real Estate. We have one silver sponsor, two silver sponsors, Gen Title and Walde Luxe, which supports in affordable travel and bringing families together. Also, we are thankful to other sponsors who generously contributed towards sponsoring all the scholarships.
And I would like to extend our special thanks to John Kyle, Senior Director of Eastern Operations, Davidson Gundy Alumni Center at UTD, and Stephanie Jones, Sarah Dubé, and other staff members securing UTD as a venue to host our finals and working shoulder to shoulder at every step of the way, and Christine Williams and her staff with Chatwells for fulfilling our catering requirements. I would like to give a big round of applause. Without their support, securing this venue, making this happen is not at all a possibility. Thank you. We are delighted, so grateful to the UTD and their staff in our conducting of this 33rd National Finals of North-South Foundation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for that warm welcome and for all the hard work behind the scenes. We have this wonderful venue here tonight at UTD, and we're thankful for the support from this university. We have in our midst a scientist with 30 years of experience as a researcher, educator, and academic administrator. And he's also been the dean of the School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics at UTD since early 2021. We'd now like to welcome Dr. David Heinemann to address this gathering.
Thank you very much for the introduction, and congratulations to all of you. It's a real honor to me to welcome you all to this wonderful campus, University of Texas at Dallas, and I hope you get a chance to, if you haven't already, with your families, walk around campus and experience the beauty of this campus. We're young, we're only about 53 years old, and we're amongst the fastest growing institutions in the country, not just in terms of numbers, but stature. We're the third ranked public institution in the state of Texas, and we're number 52 in the country. And if you walk around, one of the things you'll see is a lot of cranes, because we have a lot of building going on, because not only have we been growing, we're planning for that next stage of growth. So I'm thrilled to be here to help kick off this amazing event. I mean, there's about 800 students from across the country, and as was already mentioned, you going from 8,000 to 800, you're already huge winners. It's fantastic. And I'm going to go off script a little bit here to tell you a little about my background. I grew up in western Montana, and my father was a scientist. And so I spent a lot of time with him out in the field. And as I went through, I thought I wanted to be a scientist, and I got to 7th grade, and I did a science fair project, and I wasn't really thrilled with it. It didn't excite me that much. So I did something different for 8th grade. I studied this tiny little stream in my hometown, and I saw how the flow changed, how the level changed, how the channel changed, and the chemistry. And that project, as it turned out, led me all the way to the Westinghouse Science Talent Search, which is now Regeneron Science Talent Search. And so I tell the joke, but it's not really a joke. I say I knew I wanted to be a water scientist in 8th grade, and that's what I've done. So I encourage all of you to find your passion. You're all brilliant. Find that nugget of something that you love to do, because when you get out there in the world, what you want is you want to find something that you do that you've got a real passion for. You're not just like getting a job and you go clock in and you clock out. But if you can find that thing, you can make a huge difference to society and have fun doing it. So we have with two very special guests tonight. We'll see if we can pronounce their names correctly. But 2024 and 2025 Scripps National Spelling Bee champions, Bruhat Soma and Faizan Zaika. Can you stand and be recognized? Congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment. And in addition, a lot of the volunteers here are past champions. So all of these folks are here to inspire you. So as you're throughout these events, try to say hi to these people, right? I mean, they're here to inspire you as you move forward. I want to make sure you enjoy the celebration and, of course, the ice cream. And I want to congratulate all of you. And you've earned this moment, and we're thrilled to host you here at UT Dallas. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that wonderful speech. All right, now we have some questions that we'll be asking you guys, the audience. And if anyone amongst you gets it right, you'll get to go home with some gift cards. Yay. So, could anyone raise your hand if you know which year the North-South Foundation was established?
Let's have the mic go to the girl in the very back, last row. She raised her hand first. In the green, way back there.
1989.
And that is correct.
There's a blue Tesla parked right outside this place, and it probably will be taken by the cops if it's not moved. So if any of you have a car that's parked outside, please run and get the car before the cops get it. There's a countdown going on. It starts now, 20.
It's always the little things, right? Golden opportunity. All right, folks, now, before we carry on with the remainder of our wonderful session here, a few housekeeping rules. The first being, as soon as you might have come in through the door, you might have noticed someone giving away raffles, which we'll be using towards the end of this ceremony. So if you haven't been able to get a raffle for yourself, you could kindly just go back there and grab one quick piece, and you could return back to the room. The second being, our mics over here really need a little bit of from the speakers. So when you come on stage and take control of the mics, just make sure you project yourself a little bit more so we can spread the voice across the room a little bit more stronger. All right? That being said, let's roll right back into our session here. Next, it's our honor to hear from the visionary behind the North-South Foundation. Please welcome Dr. Ratnam Chitturi, the founder of North-South Foundation, to share his thoughts and welcome us all.
Hello. How about now? Thank you. Thank you. The first thing I want to do is to express my gratitude to parents, donors, volunteers, and children. Children, if you didn't come here, there is no North-South Foundation. It's because of you, North-South Foundation exists. Right? Please remember that. Right? And then I want to tell you a couple of powerful stories of my experience over the last 35 years working with the North-South Foundation. I'm blessed to know these stories. And first story is, as people said, 1989, our goal was to help poor children go to college. And the first batch, one child, 16 years old. He was 16 years old. He got the scholarship. He finished his engineering. He did his master's. He came to USA for a few years. Then he went back. Full-time working social service. He set up his own nonprofit, Padara Charitable Trust. He works full-time. He recruited his wife, his children, and he supports children, orphans who don't have books, who don't have shoes, who don't have, right clothing. Orphan children, for example. So he supports them. He gives scholarships. He gives counseling. And amazing. It's like little North-South Foundation set up in India, right? Now, he became the direct trustee of North-South Foundation India. A child, 16-year-old, today, he's a trustee in North-South Foundation India, right? It's a powerful story. I'll tell you another powerful story that is here in this country. Just like your children, 1993, 1994, he came to spelling bee contest. He's a little child, just like you. He came there. He became he participated in the regional contest, and he didn't really want to go to the national finals. That's okay, but he came for the regional contest every year. Then he went to school. He became an ophthalmologist. And then I told him, his name is Cameron. Cameron, you come to Chicago, I'll be your patient. He came to Chicago, and I was his patient, right? And then I had cataract with him. He did my cataract. He gave my eyes 12 years ago. Amazing guy, right? A child that was 3 years old, 5, 6 years old, today became ophthalmologist, and I became his patient, right? Things happen. Things can happen, right? And so then what the children are doing here, I'll give you an example. And for the last of the 17 years, 16 years, our children that got through North-South Foundation became Scripps champions. It's an amazing story. And these children put India on the world map. The Prime Minister of India came to US, gave a speech to Congress, and he said, Indian children dominate spell bee. And he's covered all the newspapers every year. In June, first week, they come in, right? It's an amazing story. If you think of a Indian in India, suppose you take cricket or tennis. If you get a World Cup, how many times India gets the World Cup? It's not easy. Maybe once in 30 years, once in 20 years. But these kids, every year, right? And they've done an amazing job. It's not easy, but they have the passion. They have the focus, right? Single-minded focus. And that's how they were able to achieve the championship. And amazing story. Now, I want to ask, if our children are doing it, we're adults. Why can't we do it? I want to ask every one of us, children, adults, if the children have done an amazing job, put what is impossible possible. Why can't we try that? Every one of us can do that. We have the capacity. We have the capacity, intellect, education, everything. But what happens? There are some obstacles that come in, barriers that come in, right? One barrier, what is one barrier? Is this, right? We spend too much time on this. It's like a knife. If a knife, you can cut vegetables, right? You can do all kinds of things. But you can also take the same knife, you can do violence, bring violence, right? Same thing, same tool, you can do good and you can do negative, not so good. Same thing here. This thing, if you use it properly, it's a wonderful tool, but we don't know how to manage. Including me, I'm not an exception. I get 100 messages in this thing, right? Keep watching it, you spend time, click, 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 click. And so that is one thing. How you, in this fast changing world, how you manage time, right? Take Bono, for example. He puts every 10 minutes on his schedule. Every minute, every 10 minutes in his schedule for the next 3 months, 2 months, and he follows, right? So you have to learn to do that. If you learn to do that, things will happen. They will be automatic, right? When you control things, things happen. When you don't control things, the things will control you, right? So I would put that as a challenge. Let me put that challenge in another perspective. We're fortunate. One good thing is happening in this country. We have 5.4 million Indian Americans in this country today. That is more than 100% in the last 10 years. Last 10 years, 2014, we did finals here. At that time, the Indian American population was probably 2.5 million, something like that. Today, 5.4 million of us. It's very vibrant. This community, all of you the community is vibrant. Just imagine just for a second, there are probably more than 1,000 temples in this country. Right? So they're not empty. They're not empty. People are going there. You buy a car, you take it to the temple, you do puja. Right? So things are happening. And like that, there are ethnic, the cultural programs are happening. Imagine, today as we speak, in this country, you can imagine there are 10,000 things are going today as we speak. 10,000 things. Just imagine in your mind, what are they doing? Attending birthday parties, going to temple, going to cultural programs. It's what I'm trying to say, the community is vibrant, very, very vibrant, right? So how do we capture? Our challenge is to spread the word. We have the story here, right? We have the story, what the children have done. Parents, you should be congratulated because you bring in a child. You're empowering them, right? You're inspiring them. You're motivating them. You bring them here. And what the children that are here are a cream. They're in the top 10%. Top 10%. If 8,000 children appear in the regionals, so we got 800 here. So what these children have proved, we did the data analytics, longitudinal studies, and they show that if you bring your child every year between first grade to 8th grade, in 4 to 8 years, you're guaranteed to be in the top 10%. Top 10%, you'll be there, right? It's proven, guaranteed. So the parents' job and the children's job is come back every year. Consistency is important. If you do consistency is important, right? So if there are 5.4 million people, Indian Americans, let's say that's 1.8 million families. We say North-South Foundation families, right? There are 1.8 million families out there. Suppose we only have 1%, only 1%. It's about 18,000 families, right? 18,000. What I did, I calculated per chapter, we have 75 chapters, and 4 families, if you can bring 4 families, you know, we meet people every day. We don't live in isolation, we meet people. So the challenge for us adults is try to talk to people, spread the word. Spread the word, just, you know, every day, suppose you say, I will talk to one parent. That's it. Just talk on the phone. Call up and say, hey, you know, have you heard North-South Foundation? Let me talk. Just, if you keep doing that, if you get 4 families, right, each chapter, each week, you will reach close to 8,000, 18,000, 1/3 of that, 3, 4, about 12,000, 13,000 new families you get. And your registration will double, right? And if you really think about it, it's not that hard. Just you have to make it a point. It has to be on a radar screen, right? That's another problem. Out of mind, out of sight, right? Out of sight, out of mind. If the air traffic controller, if the plane is not on his radar screen, it's out, right? So the same thing is happening. Same thing is happening in our mind, because so many distractions, we forget. It's easy to forget. So please think of it. There are some tools I saw in one family. They had this screen on the wall. It's a Google screen or something. Every day, you know, you put things to do, right? In the old days, maybe even now, you put the things on the refrigerator, right? Stickers, you put them to remind you. Same thing now they're doing, put a screen on a wall, it tells you every day what you do. So, North-South Foundation, please keep it on your radar screen to remind you daily. That's all we need to do, right? So you are in the top 10%. So let's spread the word, get everybody to know. We're not trying to get everybody here, only 1%. 1%, 1 in 100. And so with that, you know, thank you very much, and thank you giving me this opportunity to share a few thoughts, and take that as a challenge, okay? How many of you, I just am curious, raise your hand. How many of you want to meet this challenge? Raise your hand. Good, we need a few more, okay? Think about it, right? Spread the word, give the opportunity to other people. Thanks a lot, and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chituri, for your words and unwavering commitment towards the North-South organization, for empowering education both here in the US and also back home in India. All right, folks. So remember how that one person won that gift card a few minutes ago? Yay. Now one more of you out here just might have the chance, all right? So here's the question. And if you do know it, raise your hands. Me or Vinati will just randomly pick it, and we'll bring a mic to you, okay? What does the North-South Foundation use its US contest registration fees for? The kid in the back there in the green who had his hand raised.
Here we go. Speak into this.
Oh, no, the guy behind. Yeah, they've got the mic.
Oh.
Yep. Oh, yeah, it's him, it's him. He's got the mic already, yeah.
What's the question?
What does... No worries, no worries. I mean, hey, I've been there, man. I get you. So, the North-South Foundation, the contest fees that they get from within the US, what do they use those fees for? It's fine. I mean, if you can't think of it, A-okay. You can give her the mic back and we can go to somebody else. All right.
To the guy in,
Yeah, go
in
ahead.
yellow in the second row.
There we go.
To support Indian kids.
There we go. Could we get him a gift card over here, please? Could the volunteers help out with the chair side?
And then, really quickly, can I just get a show of hands to see who's here at NSF Nationals for their first time?
Just a quick show of hands. Raise your hands higher. Come on, I know you can go higher.
How about
Okay.
who's here because their siblings here? Oh, only a few? Nice.
Your brothers and sisters don't talk to you about this? Really? Come on now. And so let me ask one more question then, following Vinithi's. How many of you here in this room are excited to come back for the next year of contests? Show of hands. There we go. Now, see, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good stuff, good stuff. It's always good to have that kind of positive energy because it's not like, hey, this year is done. I'm not coming back again. There's going to be several decades more of these contests. So always keep coming, always keep participating because that makes a difference in the long run. Yeah?
So now, you may be thinking, why do we have 4 chairs up on this stage? Have we MCs become tired already? It's barely been an hour. Ivan, would you like to tell us why?
Of course, Vinithi. We have amongst our presence 2 national level champions from the Scripps National Spelling Bee contest who have gone on to shine and grow and show the world what they can accomplish. Faizan Zaki has been a resilient participant through several years, being the youngest spelling bee contestant ever when he participated in the 1st grade. And this year, he had come out as a national spelling bee champion.
And we also have Bruhat, a 14-year-old freshman from Tampa, Florida, who was the Scripps 2024 national champion. So let's give a big round of applause as we invite the masters Bruhat and Faizan to come on stage for a short interview about their journey.
Let's come on stage. You guys. You know what? Now I feel what a movie director feels like. Just sitting over here and giving commands to what needs to be done. All right, folks, we'll jump right into the interview. And Bruhat, I'll begin this session with you, all right? So, what made you want to compete in the Scripps to begin with?
Yeah, so it actually, surprisingly, it all started with North-South Foundation. You know, I first started participating in NSF in 2nd grade, and that was when I did my NSF regional spelling bee. And let's just say I didn't do great, but the experience of going up on stage and spelling all those words, that was such a great experience for me, and I knew I wanted to keep going. So that same regional spelling bee, I also did math, that regional spelling bee too, and I actually won math bee, and then I got nationals for that. So I was able to go to nationals, and I actually went to watch the junior spelling bee at nationals, and when I was in the audience, I was trying to spell all these words, and I was able to guess a lot of them, so I guess that gave me a lot of self-confidence. So it was really self-motivating for me to see that I could get some of these words right, and then that's when I really thought I might actually have a shot at this. So yeah, that's when it all started, North-South Foundation. And I'm really grateful for this organization.
All right. Faizan, this next question's for you. What did you enjoy most about competing in Scripps?
I think the best part about Scripps was the friendships you make. I mean, I definitely couldn't have won without my friends. Like Bruja, for example, he always supported me, whether it was just like studying or needing motivation. He was always there for me, so I'm grateful for him. But not just that, I mean, I don't think they're here yet, but my friends Sam, Soham, and Shrey also helped me a lot in quizzing and motivating me. So yeah, I guess the biggest part of the bee is just the camaraderie.
All right, Bruhad. Next question is for you, sir. What do you have to say to others who want to compete in Scripps?
Okay, so for others, I'd say Scripps, participating, it requires a lot of things. First of all, this is just like in general, you have to have a passion for whatever you're doing. Like it could be spelling, math, anything. Like you just have to have a passion, because if you have a passion, then you'll feel more likely to work towards it, and you'll feel more happier doing it. So I'd say the first step, if you want to compete in Scripps, is to develop that passion for languages, for words in general. And then after you have that passion, the journey will have a lot of ups and downs. I can definitely tell you that, but you got to keep your head high and keep working. I truly believe that how you treat your setbacks and try to turn them into success, it really shows how much you really want this thing. So I'd say have that passion, and then work really hard, and don't give up even though there's a lot of setbacks, because that's just part of the journey.
Honestly, my parents, they were always there for me from day one. I mean, whenever I was down, they were always there for me, and even like they were there for me for my ups and downs, and I'm just really grateful for them. Obviously, my friends too, but I think my parents were the catalyst for all of this, so I'm really grateful for them.
All right. Wonderful stuff to hear from you both. Please, by all means. It's astounding to me, who's kind of grown up through the same ages as you, where I was nowhere near motivated how you guys are in accomplishing these things. So you really are establishing yourselves as role models for the future generations, and even for every student right here, right? But I'd also like to acknowledge something else at this point. The parents who supported Faizan and Burad to come through, to be the champions that you are today. Could you raise your hands, please, if you're in the auditorium here with us? Burhad's parents, Faizan's parents. Yes. Show of hands, please. Please stand up. Please stand up. All right, thank you, folks, because they deserve the appreciation that that you all just gave them, and even more, quite frankly, because to help guide children of their age to pursue what they do, That's not easy. And I'm sure most of the parents here in this room can attest to that. Being able to motivate your kids to do what is it that you see envisioning for them is definitely not easy. And so, quite frankly, this next question, and I'll start with Bruhat's parent back there. The question will be for you, sir, this next one. Going through this process of competing, what have you learned the most about yourself or your child? Could we get a mic for him back there, please?
I would say, there's a lot of, it's a long journey, spelling bee especially. There's a lot of ups and downs. And, Bruhat went through a lot. I mean, first time when he was chosen to go to finals, he couldn't participate because he tested positive there, COVID positive. Okay, and then, it's a big disappointment, right? So don't get disappointed, as Bruhat said, turn that setback to successes, right? So be consistent, have a discipline, set goals, and then keep working for it. So I think that's, a lot of ups and downs, and then turning that setback into success. That's something that, I've learned along with his spelling journey.
Awesome, wonderful, sir. And the next question is going to be for Faizan's. There we go, golden. Could we get a mic up here also, please? Thank you. And the same question for you, sir. Going through this process of competing, what have you learned the most about yourself or your child? Mike? No worries.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. This is Faizan's dad. So can you repeat the question one more time, please? Yeah.
Going through this process of competing,
Yeah.
through the scripts competition, what have you learned about yourself or about your child?
What I learned about my child is, the persistence. I mean, he has been at it all along. He has seen ups and downs, and last year he came pretty close, as some of you know. He was the runner-up, and right after he came back from Washington, D.C., he started working towards it. So pretty much this summer, the last summer, around this time, he started, doing his words and, studying, and that's what he did. And what is hold close? Okay. So yeah, perseverance, and then not giving up, and then he did that again for 12 more months, and then here we have sitting on the stage. So what else?
That'll be it.
That's it. Right. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You can have the mic to her. Yeah. Thank you so much. So as you can clearly see, there's a common theme that runs across what both parents have been mentioning, and that is to stay persistent, right? And I've experienced this myself. I wasn't the most academically brightest student growing up, so you can imagine how concerned my parents must have been. But somehow, even though I wiggle through and I get to where I am today, all of you students in this room, having an organization such as North-South gives you a lot more opportunity for that kind of growth and that kind of participation. So keep participating, keep engaging in however way you can. Volunteering, a great way to do that too, right? Keep being involved, and that can make a difference. And just as a general rule, folks, we'll hold our applause back for the remainder of the interview towards the very end, just so we can get there, and then we can give one big round of applause, all right? Bruhat, question for you, sir. If you could do something other than competing in scripts, what would it be?
Okay, so this answer wouldn't really be another competition per se, but I'd say if I wasn't doing spelling, I would probably spend more time on my hobbies, stuff I enjoy, my other passions other than spelling, and spending more time with my friends and family. So, for example, when I had to work really hard in 2024, I had to cut down on a lot of stuff, and some of that included my school, like after-school clubs and stuff like that. So one of my passions is playing basketball. So I wasn't able to play on the basketball team, and also there's this club called TSA, which which you can participate in state competitions and national competitions. What I'm trying to say here is like, other hobbies that I was interested in, I had to cut down on. I couldn't do them last year, and it's really, I feel really happy to be able to do them again. Just all the other stuff aside from spelling, and also say, I had to skip like a lot of gatherings with my friends and stuff because I had to study for the B. So, coming back, I'm spending a lot of time with my friends and a lot more time with my family too, because even though I was in my house the entire time, I was just in my room sitting and studying. So that's less time with my family. So I'd say just doing all the other stuff that I want to do, I would do.
Thank you. And then Faizan, if you change one thing on your journey to being a champion, what would it be and why?
Probably just study more. I mean, so the reason I believe the reason I didn't do as well as I wanted to last year was because I just didn't have that motivation to study, and I didn't do as much as I wanted to. But I think this year I really stepped up and was able to achieve my goal of winning. But I think that's probably my biggest regret, that and the biggest thing I would change. But I mean, I guess in the end it all worked out.
Okay, thank you both for sharing your experiences. Y'all's success is a testimonial to what hard work, curiosity, and passion can achieve.
All right, gentlemen, you can now take your seats back up in the front. All right, folks. Now we're slowly moving into another big segment through our program here today. But before we do that, I have some gift cards I want to still give away. So here's the next question for you that's going to come along with the gift card. And the question is going to be,
It's an honor. Thank you.
could anyone, well, raise your hand. You know the rules by now. We've done this a couple of times, right? What did I write here? Oh, there it is. Okay. Where was the North-South Foundation founded? I'm trying to find a different section of the room I haven't interacted with yet. The gentleman in the red, way back there. Could we get a mic to him, please?
Got it.
Yep.
Oh. Delhi, India.
No, that's not the answer. And there was a guy up here in the front in the green. You had raised your hand too? Let's give the mic to him, please.
Do I have to say like a city?
City, state, I'll give you a little bit of flexibility.
Andhra Pradesh?
No, that's not the answer I'm looking for.
Quick hint, y'all. It's in the U.S.
Yeah, big hint, big hint. Thank you.
The girl
go to
in the white.
yeah, let's do that, sure.
One more time.
Chicago.
There you go, bingo, golden. That's the answer we were looking for. If you don't get a gift card pretty here soon, we'll make sure someone gets it to you. There you go, she did already.
Don't worry, I got it.
So up next, we'd now like to welcome Dr. Chituri and all the participants to come towards the stage for a quick group photo. Could the volunteers please help guide the students to come forward?
So all those who are participating, just come to the front of the room, we'll take a photo and then go back.
As your kids are lining up for the picture, parents, please take this chance to complete the survey if you have not been able to do. I am in charge of the survey and I'm going to hound you for the next 2 days if you don't do it. And you don't want to be on my hounding side. I have a very loud voice. So please, please, please do the survey. It will be very helpful for us to get insight on what you think as parents about our contest. It's available on the Give Feedback button on the app. Thank you very much. Half of the kids, please get on the stage. The other half, stay where you are. If you are not on the stage, stay where you are and please move towards the center of the stage. Please move that way. Please go in the front.
Everybody give a big smile, show all the teeth that you have. All right, students, now we can move back to your seats and we'll keep continuing with the program, all right? All right, folks, if you can settle back into your seats, we're going to keep continuing with our program back here. We'll have more time towards the end of the event for any further photos, all right? Please settle in, folks. We need to keep continuing with the program. And the doors in the back, if you can get it closed, that'll be great, please. Thank you. All right, people, now that we are slowly settling back in, a quick announcement. By around between 4 to 4:30, if you guys, any of the participants over here are part of the spelling bee contests that are happening here today, you can slowly start moving out the room and going to your designated locations. All right, just keep that in the back of your mind. The doors will be closed for most of the programs. If you're moving out there, just make sure you mention that to them. All right, folks, now for the last random question of the day and the last gift card I have to give away till we get to a very special session. Could anyone in this audience raise your hand if you'd like to share some advice to the students competing here today? Any advice for that any parents or any student you want to just share with a friend of yours?
The teal shirt in the middle section. Can we get a mic over there?
Do that, yeah.
Ah, there she is.
Think before you speak in spelling and vocabulary.
Could you speak up some more? Be a little bit louder.
Think before you speak.
Think before you speak. There you go. Wise words. Wise words from a young gentleman.
So,
I'll do it. All right, folks. We have one more special person amongst our midst. Much like what the words we heard from Faizan and Bruhat, in this audience, we have both a national spelling bee champion and also a geography bee champion. And we'd like to invite this person on stage to give away a few words. Nihar, please come forward here, sir.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I want to start with a question. Who do y'all think are the most important people here? Does anybody want to shout out? Yeah, go ahead. Nice try. I do love y'all very much, but that's not the answer. Go ahead. Sure, yeah. Okay, you? The volunteers. Can we get a big round of applause for the volunteers? I'm obviously very biased because I'm a volunteer myself, but I was a kid too once, and I believe that I was the most important person in the world too when I was a kid. But let me tell you this, without any volunteers, without any pronouncers, without any judges, would there be any competition? Who are you kids competing against if there's no volunteers? There has to be a bad guy, right? The guy you're spelling against? Volunteers are important too. We have so many volunteers here today from all across the country who have full-time jobs, who are college students, who are doing their own thing, but they took out a weekend so that we could help kids be better kids. And that's very important. And all of y'all should recognize that and give us grace, because we're just as scared as you are. Just like that cockroach you want to kill, we are just as scared as you are. We don't know the rules either. We don't know how to spell the words either. We don't know the answers to all your questions. And so I just please want to ask that all of y'all recognize that, as this bright young man said, we're all humans too. And that if you guys don't agree with what we're doing or agree with how we take the competition, let's talk it out with a smile and we'll come to a conclusion. But please don't go on social media and start posting, North-South Foundation does not know what they're doing and they're so mean to my kid. Chances are, if you come to us, talk to us, ask us how our day is doing, your problem will be fixed. So, yes, ask me. I have it right here. Ask me, ask us, ask any of the team, and we will guide you to someone that can help you. So just once more, again, can we please get a round of applause for the volunteers? Thank you very much.
So Next, we'll have a quick talk conducted by Ivan, who's going to talk to us about why and how we should be motivated in a national contest such as this, and largely in life. Ivan, the stage is all yours.
Woo, all right, let's do this thing, yeah? Could I get the slides on, please? We'll just wait a quick minute before I speak words of wisdom. There we go. All right, good stuff. All right, people. So my job here today is supposed to kind of show you guys what really matters when you come to a competition like this. Is it just about the competition you're here for today? Or is it about something that you're going to come back here for tomorrow? Now, much like how Nihar began his session, I'd like to take a bite out of his cookie, so to speak, and start it the same way. Of all the people that are present here in our audience, especially the participants, could any of you all just share a quick experience of how things have been competing, getting all the way to the national finals? Anyone? There you go. I'll give you the mic.
It took me a lot of hard work to get to this place. It took me a lot of hard work to get to this place. I had practiced for so long, I almost gave up hope, but I couldn't think that I would be able to come.
Let's hear a round of applause for her. She stood up and chose to speak. Let's appreciate that. Anybody else in the room would like to share your experience? Yes, thank you.
It's been hard to study, but I just tried my best. And now I'm here.
Could you speak up some more? Could you be a little bit more louder?
It's been a hard time trying to study, but I managed to do it. And I tried my best and I got here.
All right, let's hear a round of applause for him too. He says, just because he wasn't a little bit that audible, he says that it was a little difficult to study and get here, but he did it anyways, and he's here himself. Next slide, please. All right. So this is the question that I've always asked sometimes once I finish school, once I finish a competition, and I'm sure you guys have the very same question. You go to the competition, you finish it, get to the national finals, and you're champion. Now what? Or for some of you, you guys work hard, you get to a certain stage, you're up there, but you don't really make it through. Now what? And I'm asking you that question here once again. Do you all know what really matters? That whether you win or whether you lose, what do you do next? Do you still keep on competing? Do you feel disencouraged, not compete? Any answers? Yes, sir.
Well, I think that you would keep competing, and eventually, if you have enough hope, you can make it, and always have fun.
There we go. That's a solid answer, right? You keep competing regardless of what your result is, and you keep going forward. Now, for the next session, I'd like you to be really quiet, please. Pin drop silence. Because what I'm about to say next, or show you next, is that very important. So I want all your attention. Next slide, please. Could any of you know what's that's on screen right now? You can just shout out the answers, that's fine. That is just dosha? Really? You can't tell what type of dosha that is? Paneer. But that's one piece of the answer. The big reason for that is we go back to the same person who makes it over and over and over again. You go back to the same restaurant who makes that dosha you like because you enjoy eating it from there. You like eating the food mom or your dad makes because they make it a certain way. And do you think they've always made it that way? I'm sure some of you all, when you were growing up, you ate the common foods from your house and you're like, I don't want to eat this, I want a biryani, I want paneer, what's this roti and sabji, dal and chawal every single day? But over time, you grow to appreciate that. You grow to embrace and you enjoy those kind of foods. And one big reason behind that is the people making that food make it over and over and over again. Next slide, please. And how that applies to each and every one of you here in this room is through practice, practice, practice. And this goes back to the same example I spoke about, where it's not that maybe the first time someone tried making that dosha, it must have barely had any masala in it, or it might have ended up being too thick for a dosha. But over time, they figured out how to do it right. They figured out what really works and what really doesn't work. And that same thing applies to all of you participants here today. Some of you here today might go on to win the competitions here, some of you maybe not so. But regardless of the outcome, if you keep on practicing, keep on doing those things consciously, in the long run, that makes all the difference in the world. You'll eventually end up making that really yummy masala dosha that is perfect and crisp and you don't have anything to worry about. Next slide, please. And the last thing that I want to leave you all with here in this room today is, I know hearing to one person speak for too long can sometimes be monotonous. And that is to make the most of what you have however you can. Now, how does that apply to you all? I'm sure some of you in this room might be familiar with an emotion called jealousy, envy, where you might look at somebody else and think, oh, he's got more opportunity to compete, or his parents can give him more than what I can get. But at the end of the day, none of that matters. At the end of the day, if person A has more than person B, none of that stuff really matters. What truly matters in any competition is what can you do with what you have today. And that might mean that you look at somebody else who's got more than you and be like, oh, I wish I had what he had, or I wish I had what she has, but none of that matters. Because when it comes down to it, when you're standing on the competition stage, be it a final, be it an initial round, be it a semi-final round, the only thing that will matter for you is what have you done with what you've got. Because eventually whatever outcome is going to come out on the other side is all just going to be based on that. How many of you here, once you win the competition, you'll stand and say, oh, I won because all the other guys before me gave me everything? Not a lot of us might say that because we acknowledge how much effort we've taken to come here. Now on the flip side of it, if you did lose, yeah, sure, I can be like, oh, he won because he was blah, 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 blah. But that should never be the case. Because regardless of the competition that you're participating in, even outside of North-South, this is not just about the competitions. Even in life, when you're in school, whether you're doing something else outside, making the best use of everything you have and creating the most you can with that is the only thing that's going to matter for you. Next slide, please. So just keep these things in mind. Always keep on practicing however, wherever, and whenever you can. And always make the most of what you can use. Because at the end of the day, if you've practiced consciously enough, if you've done what you need to do with the best of what you have, you're pretty much the best version of yourself that you can be. That's the end of my talk. Folks who are participating here, coming here for the competitions today, if you're part of the spelling bee or the vocab competitions, junior spelling bee and the intermediate vocab, kindly start making your way to the competition room so that you can engage in your contests.
So, up next, we're going to have something that involves everyone in this room. And when I say everyone, I mean everybody. So watch out, because this next piece might just involve you, and maybe you may walk away with some nice goodies.
You're absolutely right, Vinati. We are going to be having a raffle box questionnaire round. And here's how it's going to work. Vinati or I will pick a random number from the raffle box the raffle box number that you all had picked at the beginning of the registration. We bring up the number, and one of you lucky folks should be carrying the same number you have from the registration desk.
That's right, Ivan. And once we identify who has that number, we'll ask you a very, very simple question, to which you can answer however you choose. And at the end, we'll pick 3 random winners who can walk away with some goodies. Are y'all all ready?
All right, let's go pick some numbers now. All right, we'll have the first number that's going to be picked by Vinati.
Number 405-225.
I know that most of the folks have left the room, so if you have this number still, let us know.
Let me try again. Number 405-221.
Let's do this. Let's avoid picking the number and just randomly ask.
You got it.
What we'll do now, folks, given the audience we have in the room here today, we'll go back to the traditional style of just randomly asking around, and towards the end, for the drawing of the gift cards, we'll go ahead and pick the numbers from the lot. Yeah?
So our first question, what do you enjoy most about competing in the North-South Foundation contests? All the way in the back in the white shirt.
Could we get a mic?
Just speak up.
Yeah.
Why don't you speak in this mic?
Could you say that once again? Yeah, now that you have the mic.
My favorite part about competing is like being able to show and like demonstrate how I've worked for so long, and like being able to show up at these competitions.
Okay, that sounds wonderful, man. Thank you. Now, here's something we'll do as well. Do you have the raffle ticket with you on hand? You don't? Okay, that's fine. Okay, no worries. The next question, and again, anyone in this room, feel free to answer this. How many years have you been involved with the North-South Foundation, and what keeps you coming back? Could we have the gentleman in the red back there?
I've been doing it for like 1 year because like Tech Club told me to do the Geography bee.
All right. Anything more? Okay. Thank you, sir. We appreciate your answer. Vinati?
Another question. What's the most important thing to do the night before a big contest? The teal girl. Yes. I agree with that answer.
All right. So next, I'm going to shake things up just a little bit. And for doing that, I'm going to go to our very front row here. Gentlemen, I have a quick question for one of you all, and feel free to answer, whoever chooses to. And I'm sure everyone in this room will know this answer, but I'd like to engage my front row people as well. And the question is, how many official languages does India recognize in its constitution? Anyone?
Officially 73.
No, really off. Anybody else? How many official languages? Yes, sir. close. No answers? All right. I'll kind of open it up then just a little bit. Anybody else in the room feeling free to answer?
Stripes in the back.
Very close, very close. I'll give 2 more opportunities. I'll give you a hint. It's below what he said.
Okay, the white shirt in that side back.
What was the number?
Really, really close.
Really close.
The blue shirt in the 3rd row over here. So close. You in the front.
There you go. It's back in the front row. We finally got that answer. Phew, 22. That's the number, people.
All right, folks. We've reached the point in the ceremony where we're going to be wrapping up this wonderful thing we got going on, and we're honored to welcome the very first Indian American to win Scripps National Spelling Bee and a longtime champion of the North-South Foundation, and someone whose journey has inspired generations of spellers and learners. Please join us in welcoming Dr. Balu Netarajan on stage for closing remarks.
So, closing remarks at an opening ceremony, and everybody has left. So, how many had ice cream? How many still want ice cream? Do we have ice cream left? Yes? Okay, so before that melts, I'm going to let you all go. So here's what I'm going to do. You're going to hear more from me later, and you just heard 90 minutes of speeches. So I'm going to spare you all right now and close this opening ceremony by formally declaring the 2025 National Finals of the North-South Foundation open for competition.